I'm going to trade live this morning and kind of analyze as I go, just to save a little time and kind of show you how I do it. So I will open up the screen and I'll look at the ES, and then I'll come over here to the MYM as well. And a lot of my drawings are still legitimate and helpful, but some of them are not. And you can see this channel here, it kind of broke through the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that channel and kind of zoom in a little bit. So we've got a peak way up here. But this blue line right here, that's pretty helpful. Shrink this down so we can actually see where it is. All right, so that's pretty close. Definitely something to teach in a day. It does kind of look like it's recovering. We see the MACD and the SMA, not the MACD, excuse me. The SMA is kind of tipping over and going up. The MACD is actually going up at the moment, but looks like it might be losing a little bit of momentum at the moment. And the moment is this red candle right here, but you can see it actually bounced. And as soon as the opening bell, well, actually, that's not quite true. About 10 o'clock, it finished the bounce, and then about 11 o'clock, it started to go up. I'm a little hesitant to get into a green until it actually goes through this resistance all over here. So I'm going to go ahead and put in an alert right here so I don't miss anything in case I get busy. I wouldn't be surprised if it dropped down to here. Probably here would be the best bet. So I would like to get in at that point. And that's just a little ways below it. That's probably, let's see, each of these movements I believe is like $5. All right, looks like maybe we're getting close to it. No, that's not true. It's about $2.50 for each of these ticks, the way I have it set up here, because I zoomed in a little bit. Okay, real close. Now I want to get into a long at that point. If I see it definitely going up. All right, so the 180-day chart, we can see that that blue line is probably where it's heading to for the day. All right, so let's put it on the 15-minute and 30-minute charts. Okay, we can see a nice jog upwards right there. Bounced off of that yellow price line right there, which is really close to the blue SMA on the 30. And the other thing you can do is if you highlight that, you can see over here the blue numbers there. That's where the tip of that blue SMA currently is. So 38,597. 38,597. So like right in here. It was just a little bit below that point, but that's actually close to that peak there. So I'm going to leave that alone because that's kind of where it bounced before. That's good. Okay, we're watching the MACD. I still think it's going to probably drop. Okay, this hook right here looks like it's getting ready to go up, so that's probably what it's fighting against, that conflicting information here. That's the 15-minute chart, which is pretty good. Pretty helpful for us in the very short-term trading that we do. And this line right here, this price line, is very close to this one. Now we do want to be a little bit cautious about going up, actually, because on the 30-minute chart and the 15-minute chart, it looks like the SMEs are kind of tipping down. So, in the long term, do we want to be in a long or a short? Pretty sure a long. I mean, generally speaking, you're making higher lows and higher highs. So it's definitely uptrending, but don't know. Well, I don't think probably getting in right now is a good idea. So we'll just wait. Tell you what, we can put in an alert right over here. And then we can go over to the ES and trade that for a little while. I'm going to go ahead and get in it along because the MACD is crossed here. And we can see that there is a green price line up there. I don't know where that information came from. So let's go to the longer term charts and see if we can find it. This is the 1 hour chart here. I have it kind of stretched out. Okay, so that was definitely the last peak, which is a definite point that it could get to today, within the next few minutes actually, unless it takes a jog downward. So we can go ahead and put in our exit order right there. Maybe a little bit longer. Okay, so now the other one is dinged. All right, so it's broken through, and we want to get into a long. And like I said, I think the blue line up there is probably where it's going to go, but that is a long ways up there for one trade. So I think it will probably hesitate right in this area, maybe up here even. So let's go ahead and put in an exit order right about there. And that'll be one trade. Let's go back while this one's going and look at what's happening up here. Ooh, isn't that exciting? We're going to lower that one more tick because that's as high as it's been for the day. Okay, so 175 on that trade. Pretty awesome. Now the MACD looks like it might be tipping down. And on this one, it's easier to trade these shorter movements. So is it going to drop or is it too uptrending? Remember, I always say trade with the trend. However, we've reached a pretty strong resistance level there. Ooh, look at that, it went right through it. All right. Well, that's pretty cool. All right, we can also see, to verify the thought process that we have a swoop here on the 30-minute chart. We have it kind of leveling off on the 1 hour chart. And on the 15-minute chart, it's kind of uptrending. So I'd say the uptrend just kind of started, probably just now getting some movement. All right, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and trade a little bit risky, but I think it's probably going to drop down to that point right there. Just to be on the safe side, probably bring that up one little tick. And really, to be on the safe side, I should probably put in a stop too. I want a pretty tight stop there because it is uptrending, so I don't, if it's going to go up, then I really don't want to be in position anymore. And I'll follow that SMA up as it goes through its process of changing direction there. Okay, got stopped out. So being in a short was really not a good way to go, but I only lost a portion of my last profits. So I think what I would want to do at this point is just wait. So we have a nice little dip. And meanwhile, let's go back to what's going on over here. Yep, that's going up very nicely. I'm a little bit concerned here because we have the SMAs crossing, and so it probably won't get too much beyond that, and I'm worried that my exit order is a little bit high. So if this is just $14 right through here, if I get out up here, that will be about $20. So we'll see. Tell you what, let's put in an alert. That'd be the easiest way to handle that situation. And if it gets to that point, we can look at it and decide, do we want to get out there or do we want to hang on? Okay, and let's go back. And while this is busy dropping, because we're not waiting to get into a trade at that point, but we're waiting for the drop to happen and finish, and so then we want to get into a long position over on this one. Okay, we're really, really close. There we go. We hit it. Now we're waiting for 2 volts. There we go. The MACD says it may be a little bit premature, and it dropped a little bit more before it took it. And now it looks like maybe it's dropping even further. So yeah, I jumped the gun again. And I always do that. I'm not too worried because it is uptrending. But yeah, I've got to pay attention to that MACD. Anyway, I think it'll all be fine. Again, where do we think it's going to go? Let's go out to the longer term charts here. Do we have a, oh yeah, it went up higher before. Okay, so yeah, there is another goal up here, another resistance level way up here. Okay, it's actually not too bad, not too far. Very possible that it will get up to that point today, which is 53.68 thereabouts, which is the peak we had back on the 23rd, it looks like, 23rd of May. Very easily see it getting up to that point. Just had to have a quick insert here. I made a prediction and look at where it went today. It went exactly there. In fact, you can see the highlighted stuff here. This is the highest it went for the day, and it was at 68.25 cents. Of course, we don't want to hang on that far, but at least we know there's something out there. We're covering ground that we've already seen before, so that does make things a little bit more positive for going up. Just out of curiosity, if I laid in that Fibonacci line like this, what does that look like? Let's go back and tweak that just a little bit. Sometimes it's hard in the longer term chart to get it exactly in the right spot. You have to kind of see it in the longer term chart, but then go back and tweak it in the shorter ones. About there. And right about there. Okay, so what does that look like? That shows that we have hit the 161.8, which is really high. And interesting enough, the next highest one up here is pretty close, actually, to the highest high that it was. So it's very possible it could get up to 53.77 even. Let's go ahead and put some alerts into that point, just so we can watch it on the phone for the rest of the day. And see if it gets up to those points. First thing we got to do though is surpass the peak that we just made. I'm going to put an alert there. Matches, good. Let's go back and see how the other one's going. Very slowly. Not too bad. So this is a good way to remember it. We've got for 3 ticks here, that's $10. So, okay, so $10, $20, $30. Is that right? Well, in that case, getting out at this point right here, well, maybe this point or this point would be close to $30, and that's possibly where it's going to be hesitating. So we can see the MACD is showing signs of slowing down. So that's a little bit concerning. Again, this is a little bit longer term too. Let's see, let's do some math. So if I get out at 9:16 and I got in at 7.96, that means it's 120 points times 50 cents, which is the multiplier. That would be a $60 trade, which would be fabulous. I'd be happy with that. I'm pretty sure it's going to get up to that point. So let's go ahead and leave it in for the day. Put in an alert. Well, I guess we have an alert in case it drops. Put in one more alert just before I hit my exit order. Okay, and then just to double check, I can't remember. Oh yeah, we were in a position on this one too. Oops. Not that one, this one. Okay, so let us go ahead and put an exit order in there. Get out there. Okay, the MACD has taken a couple steps down there. And I'm hoping that it's done with that drop and it will start heading up here soon. Since it's hit that gold SMA, it's pretty likely. Ooh, there we go. Oh, it's getting excited. And the MACD is just crossing. So that's good. Ooh, got scared there. Might need to go test that yellow line again. Wow, if it even just goes to the orange line, I think we're in good shape. MACD is interesting to watch. See how it develops here. It almost crossed here and then it kind of dropped down and now it's almost crossing again. That is actually really good. Kind of, it gives it extra confidence, I feel like. Because it's like, are you sure? When it's asking a question right here, and then it drops down and then it verifies that because it didn't drop down very far. That's how I see that. We've hit a lot of resistance levels right through here, here, and here. Yeah, losing momentum there. That was a pretty strong green candle there. Because it's 11:30 in the afternoon, it just feels like it's moving really slow. I'm used to trading right after the opening bell or even just before it. It moves a lot faster. a lot more fun to trade because you can get in and out so much quicker. And this one you just kind of sit here and it's just agonizingly slow. And then you start to question yourself. Ish. Go back and look at this one again. Okay, that's good. I'm starting to form that green candle there. It almost looks like a doji right through there, so that wasn't much of a hesitation in the long run. Very good. Okay, up to 21 now, so that's good. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. I bet this one's about ready to execute. Yep. Okay, it hit an alert. Another alert, and then it executed. Sorry, I missed that. Anyway, so now we're at 237.50, and if we go back and look at our, kind of confusing, I'll just go one day. All right, so we made 3 trades. 2 of the 3 of them were positive. I only lost 1, and it was only a $75 loss. So that was my trading day. Go back and look at this one now. This is the real money one. To $23. And we're at that decision point now. Like, was that what that alert was? I just realized. And we have to make a decision. Are we going to get out here, or are we going to wait till it gets up to here? And it looks like to me it's a little risky, but I would say it has the potential to go up a bit further. But man, we've got a lot of resistance levels there. Maybe getting out there is a good idea. Don't know. Playing it safe. Let's see, how high up did it get? The high was 842. So pretty much where it is right now. Zoom in a bit here. So it looks to me like it got right here. Drop back down just a little bit. I don't know. So undecided. Is it going to peter out there or not? This MACD is looking really good. It looks like it just now crossed. And that's on the 15-minute chart. So that would lead me to believe that it will eventually get there. It's just going to take a while. Oops. So, yeah, I think I'm going to leave it. We'll see how it happens this evening. Okay, I'm going to take the risk. Okay, so I just got home from work. It is 4:51, and you can see that the price indeed did get up to where I wanted it to go, and it sold, and I made $60 minus my $5.15 commissions. That was one trade today, so my risk paid off. So thanks for joining me.